Glad you're still watching Science Breakfast with me, Alan Hubbard. Sign language interpreter is Tobias Omondi. And we are back with our maiden conversation for the show. We are talking about matters education. Is free education really expensive for our country to handle? Remember, when I was keeping you up to date with the news that are making headlines in the country, there was the president speaking and saying that Kenya is committed, the Kenyan government is committed to making sure that every child accesses education, and the CS Education, John Mbadi, came out and said that he was misquoted by his stances, and he said, and I quote, that those stances were geared towards the parliament and calling it to add more money within the education sector rather than geared towards the parents, who of course they were alarmed. But also the schools, what is true on the ground, over 64 billion in capitation has not been sent, and the schools are forced to go for a shorter holiday, to go on holidays a little bit earlier than expected. Professor, you are the professor of economics, and you are well decorated. Let us start where it began. Mwai Kibaki. And there is a clip of Bill Clinton when he was coming into office. He was asked, what would you want to say about a president from anywhere in the world? And he said, there is this new president of Kenya, Mwai Kibaki. Then he was just elected, and he said that he has given free education that is not chargeable on anything. And he said that a president who thinks like that is a president who is looking to change his country. When Mwai Kibaki was bringing about free education in Kenya, what was he thinking, and how did he make it possible? Let us start there.
First of all, I don't know where to begin, because there's a lot of different ways to approach this. But let me start by saying the following.
Yes.
That I was one of Kibaki's economic advisor on free primary education.
Yes.
And then we established that there were 12,500,000 households
At that time.
at that time.
Yes.
And each household spent around 260,000 shillings a year.
Yes. On education.
On education. So we could tell that this was around 1.86 trillion shillings.
Yes.
The budget of Kenya was not even that amount of money. So the education was funded by strategic partners like Visa,
Yes.
and MasterCard.
Yes.
They played a big role. Remember, Kenya had not yet been declared as a middle-income economy, so they're also getting a lot of funding. You know, once you become a middle-income economy,
Yes.
development partners tend to withdraw money from you.
Absolutely.
Because the policy for the UN is that we give the least to bring them up to speed. They say we move as fast as the last person.
Yes.
So now you see there's some money that Juba gets that we can't get. Some, even as a researcher, as a scholar now, if I refer from some research funds, there are some funds that I cannot get from Kenya because we come from middle class economy.
And that is very clear in the disability space as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Just like, for example, Alan, you know that in your family, once you are married, people tend to realize now they cannot give you any money. Did you notice that?
Absolutely.
But when you're still single, you can say, I'm broke, people can help you. People can give you where to sleep.
Yeah.
But when you're married, you say, wow, how can somebody's husband be sleeping on a couch? So see, once you upgrade yourself, also you lose certain priorities. So those are also fundamentally issues there. So we know that expenditure is good, but there's a reason why Kenya Kwanza is getting this wrong. They are looking at expenditure in education as an expense.
Yeah.
No. For Kibaki, we looked at it as what I would call a stimulus. You know, let's assume that every household spends 263,000 shillings a month on average, because some people spend 2 million, some spend
But that is
million.
per the data in 2007
Yes,
back
I'm
then.
just giving an example.
Yes, 2002.
Even now,
Yes.
now that figure has not changed much. Yes, it's not changed
But
much.
Professor, it's 20 years down the line.
Yes, just listen to logistics.
Yes.
Now, when you spend 1.86 trillion and you pay for them,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
What happens? Money does not disappear.
Yeah.
The person who was spending 260,000 shillings a year in education will go and buy a shirt, will buy a coat, will buy a phone, then you make money as a government by taxing those
that
things.
money.
And the economy moves, isn't it? It's like if you pay for them, it's like you have thrown 1.86 trillion to the economy.
Into the market just like that.
And that money comes back to you. Alan.
Even twofold or threefold.
Yeah, just walk here. I think we are not very far from EABL.
Yes.
You see, these estates, like it's called Garden Estate.
Yes.
Give those people around Garden Estate 10,000 shillings each this time, isn't it? And call them in the evening and ask them, how much money do you have? Most of them will remain the 1,500. Some of them will be broke by then.
Yes.
They would have spent that money back, and the money is back with the government. A money in the hands of a Kenyan is a money in the hands of the government. That's how they should look at it. They are looking at this money as expenditure. Me, I'm looking at it as a stimulus. Because if you used to eat 3 meals a day, and then I cut capitation, you'll start eating two meals a day.
So that now I am able to pay school fees.
But if I pay for you school fees, you continue eating 3 meals a day. So can you imagine if we have 56 million Kenyans, most of them eating 2 meals a day instead of 3 meals a day? Any empty stomach that goes to bed, empty stomach, you lost money. But if that person eats bread, you made money. If they eat, for example, rice, they drink milk. So we should be looking at money given to Kenyan in terms of this stimulus. Not empowerment, ile ya kupena tu pesa hivyo. But through stimulus like education, healthcare, and the rest is back to the government. The second way I want to look at is, Alan, is that we are looking at this thing as if it's a money problem. This is not a money problem. The education system in Kenya is a systematic problem. It does not need to be addressed by simply releasing money on capitation. Why? We talked about CBC, isn't it?
Right now it's CBE.
CBE. That thing is not working. It's not going to work. Competence-based education, you are competent to do what when there's no job? Do you know, we saw the other day the HELB has a deficit of 600 million shillings, isn't it? Why the deficit? People are not paying, isn't it? Are they paying because they want? No. They are not employed. If you went, go ask people. I've done statistics. There are some people who did university education 30 years ago, isn't it? No, let's say 10 years ago.
Today they haven't paid.
They have not got a job. How will they pay HELB? So in economics, there's what we call connecting the dots. Alan, as soon as you tell people that I am going to release HELB to private universities, do you know why universities grew? They grew because of that number. Because you are saying you are going to fund students in
to
private
come to those institutions.
So university people set up universities as a business. Because they know government will be able to pay school fees for those people. Now, when you see now that's why we have over 78 universities now and campuses. You understand? Now, when you have so many of them, you are releasing money to these private students, but there's no job for them, then you are not connecting the dots.
You're losing money.
Because when you say free university education, you have to know that exactly after 5 years,
they have to pay back that money.
They'll come back to the job market. So every year we are having 1 million students from university joining what I call unemployment market, because there's no job market anymore. We used to call it job market. Job market means there's a market. When there's no one being employed, there's no job market. We only have unemployment
job market.
Unemployment market. Job market is dead. So because of that, if there's no structuring competency-based curriculum, which competence will give you which job? So if you leave university and you cannot get employed, you can't create a job for yourself, then the system cannot work. But what I'm trying to say is we are emphasizing too many degrees, too many diplomas, too many masters, but we are not focusing on what gives people a job. In China, they talked about vocational training. Vocational training is they train you on something that the economy needs that will give you a job when you finish. For example, Chinese trained what you call tooling engineers. Tooling engineers, you see this, your iPad. It has so many, it has millions of microchips.
Moving parts in it.
So tooling engineers can put those parts together to make it. That's why Apple exported manufacturing of Apple
to the Chinese.
And they have a lot of that, isn't it? In Kenya, you have many people with degree in engineering that cannot fix a bulb in the house, isn't it? So can we just focus, can people fix a bulb, isn't it? Can someone do wiring, you understand? Can someone do plumbing? Of course, we don't have to have too many plumbers, but we should balance.
Yes.
So that's why the problem is. My last point, Alan, there's no free primary education in Kenya. Kibaki never offered free primary education. What we are having is subsidized education. Subsidized. Yes, let's be honest. I'm an economist.
Yeah.
Because, do you know, school fees is about 49%
yes.
of the total cost of taking a child to school. Alan, do you know that you have to thank your father the day you went to school, they bought the shoe, isn't
yes.
it? Did Kibaki pay for your shoes?
No.
For your socks?
No.
For your uniform?
Absolutely not.
Did they pay for your tie?
No.
For your glasses? For your food?
So I went without the glasses because he could not afford them at that time.
So you see, I'm trying to say that is subsidized education.
Yes.
Free education happened in Libya under Gaddafi.
Yes.
Whereby you call government, social workers.
Yes.
My child is 4 years. They come, they pick them
up.
They dress them, they
take them to school.
Transport. Did Kibaki pay for your transport?
We used to walk to school.
You understand?
Yes.
So you see, that was you walking to school. You struggled. But you see, free education should also take care of your transport.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like now, my son goes to another school I don't want to mention.
Yeah.
But I pay school fees plus transport.
Absolutely.
And transport is a significant part of the school fees.
Actually, it's even, these days, it's almost 65% of the school fees that you're paying.
So now, there is no free primary. So government should not tell us they are committed to it.
Yes.
They are subsidizing. Means by withdrawing that capitation,
yes.
now you kill us.
But now
if we can't afford it
yes.
with the subsidy,
yes.
how comes now if we withdraw it? So the pain of not doing it is the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
The question is, we went to, they call them polling station schools.
Yeah.
We went to polling station schools and our parents could be able to afford to pay whatever they paid.
Yeah.
But where does this notion come from that the parent is not able to pay school fees? That I've never understood.
Alan, what is happening is that the world has changed. We cannot always say how we went to school.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
For me, I don't even think my parents paid.
Yes.
I could read through the window.
Yes.
We used to read through osmosis.
Yes.
I was the child who was chased most from school. And I could go and pick notes from my classmates, copy them, but I could still do well in school.
Yeah.
Until when I went to high school that I got scholarship, I wasn't sure. Actually, my time I was in school full time was from class 6, 7, and 8. But those other times was just chaotic.
Yeah.
You could not even know where you're going to finish. So the time was very different. Cost of living wasn't the same.
Yeah.
You know, I saw someone trying to give comparison between oil prices in Kenya and South Africa, isn't it? That was CS for Energy.
Yes.
Or Pure and I, isn't it? He said that the fuel in South Africa is 217 shillings a liter.
Yeah.
Ours is 186 shillings a liter, and we are complaining, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the
economies of scale in South Africa.
Per capita.
Yes.
The per capita income for Kenya
is not the same as
2,400.
Yeah.
For South Africa is 6,400.
Double.
3 times.
3 times actually, yes. 3 times.
So how do you compare the buying power in South Africa?
Not the same.
So even now, a teacher cannot earn what your teacher earned.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
The sweepers in the school, who clean the school, the watchman, isn't it? So we have to appreciate that the country needs to grow with the time. And even the investment in education, somebody has to connect the dots.
Yeah.
What I call you connecting the dots. That if your daughter is born, if you have a daughter being born today,
yes,
you should know that 30 years from today you should be having dowry. Isn't it? You know that. But apart from that, you have to pay school fees, isn't it? But also you have to bring her up that in a way she can be. So you must always realize any incident, you must connect the dot going forward and also going backwards.
Yeah.
This government does not do proper planning. Anybody coming, they come with their own system.
Yeah.
If people followed Vision 2030 faithfully, we could not be having a trouble, because the Vision 2030, the revision of the CBC system was supposed to be done under Uhuru government.
Yeah.
But they focus more on infrastructure. Why do you think they focus on infrastructure? there's a lot of money to earn. Tips there, isn't it? So Kenya has never been run by a Kenyan to the heart. Kenya has always been run by half Kenyans. What do I mean by half Kenyans? They're only Kenyans by ID. They're not Kenyans by their heart. When you take money abroad the way these people are taking money abroad, where somebody makes money here and goes give money abroad.
Yeah.
Where
Buy penthouses in Dubai.
Yes. Where someone, instead of getting Adani from India to do for us the Shah, the Shi system, you bring young people, give them money. If you take these young people and give these young people 200 million shillings and tell them, I've given you 200 million shillings.
Build a data center.
Build a data center for Shah. Then take it up. You'll own some percentage, isn't it?
Yeah.
These young people will fix it. But here, you take 104 billion shillings from taxpayers' money
and go to
and
Dubai.
give Safaricom and give somebody from India to do. This is a joke. Look here. In our manifesto for HAPA, sorry to tell you there, when you say Kenya comes first means this. Do you know, during the building of the expressway, Kenya gave a contract to Chinese to supply sand and ballast to build the expressway. Where were they getting sand? They went to China? They were getting sand.
They brought it by
sea,
probably.
They were getting sand from Machakos.
Yes. They
subcontracted a Kenyan who has the trucks, and then the money they took back to China. So what I'm trying to say is that we really have to find a way how to put Kenyan to work. The last example, this is important. In Toyota Kenya, Toyota supplies gas. If you look at Ruto's motorcade, all of them, they are Toyotas, isn't it? The TX mostly and V8.
Yes.
One car is serviced after 9,000 kilometers.
Yes.
Which that is 2 weeks.
Yes.
They have done 9,000 kilometers. The way they move, you see them.
Yes.
When they go to Toyota Kenya, servicing one car is 300,000 shillings, isn't it? What is that service? Changing oil and water.
And the
300,000.
Yes.
Then that money goes where? To Japan. Then we go back and borrow. I did accounting and discovered that out of the 1,685 vehicles, servicing 300,000 per month is 6.06 billion per
Kenyan
year.
shillings.
And that money goes to China, to Japan. Then we go borrow that money in Japan, then pay with interest. It's simply like you take your money from
you give it somebody,
then you pay again for...
You go take it from them.
This is the joke of the century.
Yes.
Alan, if there's proper planning, this economy can serve those free education. I can tell you in totality from primary
all the way to the university.
All the way to university.
Yes.
But whenever there's a will, there is a way. Kibaki was elected president on 27th of December 2002. On a wheelchair sworn in on 30th of December 2002. Schools were supposed to open on 7th of January.
Yes.
But we proposed to postpone by 1 week to implement free primary education. It was done in 7 days.
And I remember there is a minister who was telling him it's not possible, and he almost lost his job.
Yes. Now we have this government has been in office. They are still gambling whether they'll do it or they won't do it, and they're not in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
They are walking, isn't it? I don't know what's wrong with them.
The wheelchair is not bad, Professor. Sometimes.
No, I'm saying.
Yes.
With disability.
Yes.
The guy was more able.
Yes.
With ability,
you're
these
not
people
able
are
to
disabled.
Yes.
They are disabled mentally. They can't plan. The incompetence and corruption in the government is amazing.
Just a comment, because we are out of time.
Yeah.
The money that MPs receive as CDF and they issue out bursaries, how can that be restructured to be funneled directly into the education system? Because even some of this money gets lost. Yeah,
that's what we said, that all these things whereby everybody has a fund, isn't it, is a corruption. As one of the economists, if you want to do audit and discover there's theft, you go to a company, you find there are so many bank accounts, that's a flag. Like, there's a time Catholic University had 16 bank accounts for paying school fees.
Yes.
Really. How
Why do you need 16 bank accounts?
16? How I need 16 banks, and some of them the same bank. I can understand, for example, if you are doing one, for example, Stanbic Bank, because, for example, you want to Citibank, you want to do some payments abroad, and maybe you want to do Equity Bank because of the
local payments
and the coverage, the network, isn't it? And KCB, Family Bank, that should be enough. Why do you have to have 16 bank accounts? So the fact that everybody wants a fund means there is something that is not being done correctly. Because I'll say now CDF will pay my flight to Nairobi when I'm landing to issue bursaries. You see what I mean? Now all these MPs will take CDF fund to say facilitation, I don't know, training. So all these things are scams. They need to be consolidated together. Alan, the corruption we have in this country is amazing. And I can tell you, Adan Duale and John Badi, they have done this country one of the biggest injustice. Why am I saying so? They went and revised the requirement that when money is borrowed abroad, it must come to the consolidated fund before it is used. Now, you can borrow money from the US as a government and take that money into Qatar before it comes to Kenya. Because before it had to come to the, like now Eurobond did not come to the consolidated bank. Some money remained elsewhere. Secondly, e-Citizen, Auditor General and Controller of Budget has said it never comes to the consolidated fund. So where does it go? Where does it go? Seriously speaking. So what I'm trying to say in short, the funds, I don't know, channeling this way, all these are scams to distract Kenyans. So it's difficult really to account. Like when I went to do the debt review, we found out that according to Treasury, our debt is 6.1 billion. According to the executive, it is 9.6 billion. According to Parliament, it's 2.7 billion. So whom do you believe? These figures are not typical errors. These are completely glaring and
red flags.
Influx, because you cannot compare 2.7, 6.1, and 9.3. They are completely, so these people do this so that you cannot know exactly what is going on.
Dire situation indeed. But as Nelson Mandela said, education is the key to success, and we will find it. As Professor said, we shall also receive education through osmosis, though that isn't the most ideal way to receive education. That has been the political conversation this morning. Thank you very much, Professor, for making your time every other Monday to come and have these conversations. If you're just watching us and you're just joining us, kindly go back onto our social media, that is on YouTube and Facebook, to rewatch all other segments that we've had. We spoke about the Standard, the Daily Nation, and now the situation in education. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're coming back with a little bit of sporting action, though the professor aliniguza mahali pabaya kusema Arsenal itapiga Man U this season.
We are beginning with you.
It's going to be tough.
We have Victor Gyökeres.
Wachana na hizo mambo za mask. Hakuna kitu hapo. Keep it Science TV and we'll be back after the break.
Thank you. The celebration is this.
Hapana. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo.